Ладно.
Ребят, всем здорово, с вами канал Myve Sanches, со мной сегодня еще забежал Myve, не хрюкай, ты в прямом эфире. Значит, там такой эпик был, блин, так не хотелось стрим заканчивать, там, блин, там этот месье Пиру завалился.
Всем привет.
Сам. Всё, смотрим, что дальше.
Что дальше?
Там реально, там такой эпик, а.
Всем привет. Ставьте, ребята, лайки,
Просто эпик.
подписывайтесь.
Эпичный. Так,
Будет круто.
вот мы
И пишите, как нам ваша...
Слушай,
наша
писали
ассамблея.
уже, сказали, что круто.
Ну, конечно, круто.
Уже писали, сказали, что офигенно.
Круто.
Next time, I'll listen to my mother. Not a day has gone by without something happening to me.
Картина, конечно. Картина тут клевая. Интересно, а еще кто-то застрелится? О, Вашингтон. Че он пришел, например?
Louis. Ah, there you are at last.
Yes,
I just saw your mother.
И ваша мать вместе с ней была
And they
Эмили.
both
Они
went
оба
into the Duchess's room.
пошли в
Давай я
ее
буду
комнату.
читать. Давай я буду.
А ты же, может быть, меня
Louis,
не
this does not
пустите.
bode well.
Это плохо кончится.
Anyone might want to avenge your
Я
sister.
вообще не хочу
Must
читать, не
act
знаю.
quickly.
you're right.
Я буду
Mr.
читать. У
President.
меня
Thank
хорошая.
you.
Пожалуйста.
Хорошая. Так, благодарю. А, ну у меня задержка. Вот. А, включи мне демонстрацию в Дискорде. Я буду в прямом читать.
Да, я не знаю, все равно никто не смотрит. Не знаю,
Господи.
если кому-то интересно, так можно же поставить на паузу и прочитать. По идее.
Господи. В прямом эфире ставить на паузу.
Ой, блин, я забыл, что мы включили, и все. Ребят, все, надо мне заканчивать. Так, найдите Эмили Хейз в... Она, по-моему, себе помнит.
Monseigneur, His
Так,
Eminence
ну,
Cardinal Piaggi.
это как раз езжу.
Включил, нет?
Я включил, нет?
Не вижу.
Не включил?
Сейчас посмотрю. Телефон. Блин, ладно.
Где ее комната? Ё-моё. Вот
О.
она.
Так,
Johann
Нет,
van
лагает
Gogh.
так.
Чё говоришь?
В Дискорде так лагает. Гар, Иоган, что-то кто-то.
Ну ты, вот он.
Ребята, какие коробы. Я бы хотел в таких жить.
Хоромы. Ты чё, хоромы? Нет.
И хоромы, лайк за хоромы. Короче, набираем 100 тысяч лайков
вот,
и
Жак
выкупаем вам дом.
Жак Пюре. Чё набираем?
Набираем 100 тысяч и мы покупаем вам этот
What's
дом.
Napoleon Bonaparte?
Ты чё? Я не помню, где даже во Франции или в Англии, там же в начале игры писали где-то.
Duchess Emily
А
Hillsborough.
вот я. Тихо. Он слышал, что кто-то разговаривает. Да.
Да,
Я слышу.
сковороду возьми и бабах.
Чё,
Так, чё?
постучимся? Будем
Так, я слышу голос Эмили.
послушивать у двери.
Послушай у двери, интересно. О,
I can't understand
милый,
what she's
не
saying.
надо.
Вообще-то она с ним уже два раза. Ты чё?
Не-не-не, послушай у двери. Никак не пойму, что она говорит.
Но
Давай
мне кажется,
ещё.
здесь ничего и не
I can't
изменится.
understand what she's saying.
Нет, здесь...
Никак не пойму, что она
Ну
говорит.
ладно, чё стучаться? Не стучаться.
Давай открывай дверь с ноги.
Давайте сразу в огонь.
Вот, берешь, открываешь.
Чё,
Не
еще?
открывается.
О, ребят, можем выломать дверь вот или взломать замок. Что вам
Давай,
нравится?
взломай замок.
А,
О,
я
не,
всегда-
выломай.
А я даже не знаю, как это сделать. Выломай, поздно уже.
It must be blocked on the other
Не
side.
могу открыть. Должно быть, ее подперлись с той стороны. Нужно скорее найти другой путь. Ха.
А чё, никак? Блин, надо было выломать.
Послушать у двери.
Да не получится. Блин, ну надо было
Maybe
выломать.
that's Emily's
Ну,
voice.
ладно, ясно. Так, хорошо. Другой путь.
Да.
Другой путь. А другой путь это только, наверное, через балкон, я не знаю. Какая тут соседняя комната? Через балкон. Вебки. Какая комната? Привет, киберспортсменный игровой, привет. Привет. Ну, так сказать, на том стриме не получилось завершить эту главу. Продолжаем дальше. Подожди, какая дверь-то? А, во! Здесь у нас кто? А, здесь Наполеон Бонапарт. Кухня. Но это как бы не скажем, что еще одна часть, это скажем продолжение. Слушайте, ничего Наполеон живет-то, а? М? Знатный у него хором.
Сейчас, подожди секунду.
They have to get inside Emily's room through the shit.
Ну подожди, ты выбрал что-то. Дискорд закрыл.
Иди, здесь ничего
Да
интересного. Иди, здесь ничего интересного.
Oh wait, it's too
Ну ты
sturdy.
еще дверь открыть не можешь.
Никак, сил не хватает,
Ну
да.
ты вообще.
Хиляк.
My dear son,
Милый сын, так ладно, это письмо, это. Ой. А чё он? Чё это за лага?
it's a beautiful weapon. A lovely damask blade. It's marked with the initials of the manufacturer in Versailles.
Друзья, почему меня дальше не пускают? Так, ладно, нужно устойчивость.
Damn it!
Блин, ничего и как.
Closed. Seems like the key is still in the lock on the other side. That means I won't be able to pick it. Or I could do as I did the last time in the tower room.
А чё, жалко, что я открыть силой не могу.
I wonder if I can get the key by pushing something underneath and making it fall.
Можно просунуть что-нибудь вниз
Них.
и...
Них.
А чё можно просунуть вниз? Чё надо вниз? А, может шляпа.
Fine horn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier.
Странно, где у нас Бонапарт? Куда ушел?
Похоже, она принадлежит. Не успел. Какая ваза?
I couldn't have
А,
hoped for
это
better.
мед люди, я думаю,
The Battle of Alexander at Issus.
битва при...
How Alexander the Great triumphed over King Darius.
О, кальян. О,
Yet another
показал.
Какой кальян в то время? Какой кальян? Ты издеваешься все время? Кальян.
Друг.
Да, это еще даже не знаю.
О, комод.
Как попасть
Какие белые стены.
в то время?
Эрмитаж.
Надеюсь просто попасть в комнату.
Эрмитаж.
Мы можем выйти, ну похоже, да. Ладно, давайте выйдем из... Может есть другой способ? Через другую комнату. Там же все, балкон уже смещен. О, кто-то уже чемоданы походит сюда. Так, это здесь идет месье
I
Клей.
am sorry, sir, but you are unable to access Monsieur Perru's room while we gather his personal effects.
А чё собирать его личные вещи? Он уже застрелился. Они ему уже не понадобятся. Это я получил количество
A few leaves out of an old encyclopedia.
О, какой торт! Ребят, я хочу этот торт. Какой знаковый торт. уже попасть в свою комнату. Здесь чья комната?
Monsieur Johann van Wunder.
Герц фон Кулер. Ну, через его... Привет, привет, продолжаем. Там тот, кто им не получилось завершить ту
What do
часть.
you want from me, de Richet? Get on with it. I'm busy.
Говорите о дневнике, говорите
What a tragedy about Mr. Baru.
и чё он в комнате-то?
Are you joking?
Вы шутите?
That
Нет, не
bonehead
реально.
had it coming to him.
Он заслужил смерть. Вы на него?
You seem to have taken a personal stance. Am I
неприязнь?
wrong?
Я
Ever
прав?
since I found out that
И раньше
footprints
рядом с
incriminating him were found next to
Elizabeth's
Elizabeth's
пока.
body, you can be sure that given
Если
the
невозможно, я
opportunity,
бы
I
сам
would have
присунул
put a
к нему
bullet
пулю
in
в
his
голову.
mouth myself.
What a tragedy.
Ужасно жаль,
about
если я
Mr.
пиру.
Baru.
Are you joking?
Вы шутите? А, ну ясно, это опять та же...
That bonehead had it coming to
Это
him.
опять та же...
You seem to have
Даже-
taken a personal stance.
Ничего,
Am I
нормально.
wrong?
Ever since I found out that
Как
the
тебе
footprints
оформление?
incriminating him were found next to Elizabeth's body, you can be sure that given the opportunity, I would have put a bullet in his mouth myself.
Так, ну ладно, с этим понятно, давайте поговорим
I
о собрании.
wanted to
Я
speak
хотел
to you
поговорить
about
с
the
вами о
conference.
собрании.
Listen, you
Слушай,
chose your side.
вы выбрали
You had every
сторону,
possible
у вас
reason to make
возможность
the
сделать
right
правильный
choice,
выбор,
but you
но вы
preferred to commit
предпочли
yourself
выбирать
to multiple.
мультимера.
Good luck,
Эта битва
because
вам
it's
не
a
выиграть.
lost battle. The subject is
Тема
closed.
закрыта. Что-то еще? Да, что-то еще мне надо
Everything
попасть в комнату. Эмили, пусти меня.
Excuse me. This is the wrong room.
Да. Да, ну и как тебе? Красиво? Нравится? Мови делал. Как всегда. В общем, как всегда.
Шо, как
Так,
всегда.
как же нам попасть в ее комнату? О, ну хоть, хоть труп убрали. А то здесь я через балкон пройти не смогу. Вот, что лагает. Наверное, эти стримы мне подлагивают. Ладно, может мы... Да, конечно, красиво получилось. Еще бы новогоднее. Ну так новогоднее это Новый год кончился уже, все. Ничего. Все будет. Так. Здесь у нас кто?
President George Washington.
Президент, это вот мы через Джона Вашингтона пройдем, да? А но у нас, слушай, ну скажем так, я промолчу на твой вопрос.
Что там спросили?
Спросили, есть ли у нас новогоднее оформление.
Конечно есть, я ж тебе пока хотел показать.
Ну блин, можно было скрыть интригу. Так, ребят, всем, мы нашли как пробрать. Так, смотрите, здесь вообще балкон, как он большой. Так, а где здесь комната? Эмми. Тут, по-моему. Не знаю, это нет. Да нет, это не комната. Блин. Короче, нет, это не ее комната. Короче, надо в ее комнату через свою, по-моему, идти. Проще будет. Потому что там балконы. Я думал, там полностью, оказывается, они нет. Мне кажется, надо.
Возвращенец.
Так, это у нас кто?
Monsieur Johann van
А, это
Wunder.
Фюллер. А он тут свою, что ли?
И зря ему морду набил.
Кому? Я никому не бил морду, мне вот эти Перу набил морду. Ты чё? Это в какой? В первой части или во второй был? Я уже не помню. Я хочу посмотреть, была...
President George Washington.
Говорит, так, это ваша. Я хочу посмотреть, даже вот и то, что у него под глазом, это как раз есть то, что он ему набил, или, как бы скажем так, что это просто, скажем так, что это... Так, где моя комната? А, вот. Я не могу войти. А как попасть тогда? Блин. А как тогда попасть? Может, мы через герцога войдем? Бесплатно, блин, если бы я знал, как тут балконы. Нет времени. Приходи тогда до встречи. Дело касается Перу. Да не хочу свой. Блин, я не смог через балкон. Зараза. Надо пройти. Как-то ж можно пройти, реально. Ну как, вот как войти в ее комнату? Как войти в ее комнату? Что такое, блядь? Мне кажется, только через комнату этого чувака. Бонапарт и все. Мне кажется, другого пути здесь нет. Как раз у него балкон большой. Как получится? Да. Пожалуйста. Ты опять письмо. Слушайте, а вот а у него. Так, у него. Это же что такое? Карта. Блять, карта. Нахрена нам карта? Во, я дебил, а. Блин, да. Ребят, бродили с вами. Ай, чё бродили? Идеально, теперь я его достану.
I wonder if I can get the key by pushing something underneath and making it fall.
То есть так. Теперь я его достану. Так, чтобы достать, я должен стукнуть. Здесь замок. Вытянуть ключ. Давай, падай. Оп, ключ упал. Так, все, да, ларчик, ты просто открылся, ну. А, мы еще ходили искали. Все. Ура. Да, ну, нужно. О, какая картина. Ребят, какая картина. О, там-то сзади. Это что я? Ты тут?
Да, тут.
Сейчас будет эпик. Так, да, что-то я тупанул, конечно. А комната. А, это их нет. По крайней мере, даже справа.
It's as if there were several people inside.
Once again, you're the one who's the victim in all this. What are you on about now? I should never have told you.
Чего на кого-то?
Никого нету.
What on earth is
О,
I'm not that naive.
you,
а вот она.
mother?
Ну-ка.
How dare you do this to me?
Сейчас
You can
она
talk
легла.
after everything I've done for you.
После всего, что я сделала, ты, наверное, шутишь. Я отдала тебе свою жизнь. Хватит, Эмма. Луи уже здесь. Оставь Сару в покое. Тебе не за что ей мстить. Что? Если ты думаешь, что... Луи, сделайте что-нибудь. Она меня не слушает. Я, Эмили, хватит обман. А с кем ты, простите,
так они же сестры, извиняюсь. Я не могу сказать, что.
ну, после всего, что я с ним было. Ну, понятно. Не втягивай его. Это вот именно перестань вмешивать злость. Я... Ах ты, двуличная стерва. Я тебе рассказала, а ты здесь хочешь знать, занять свое место. Не смеши людей. Это я рассказала тебе обо всем, пока тебя не было. Чего ты ждешь? Я знаю, что ты добиваешься. Хочешь застрелить меня? Давай, вперед. Я столько вытерпела, чтобы тебя... Ты это... Давай, чего стоишь? Какой пистоль. Держите, Луи. О, сейчас убьешь ее.
Так надо, ты прочитай задание, надо определить.
Ну давай сейчас я определю.
А как ты определишь?
Хватит. Вы отойдите, она опасна, не верьте ей. Ну так вот это и врет.
А я не знаю. А ты чё?
Вот это врет, па. Это было бы нелогично. Вот это вот... Чё, кто? Мне надоела эта дурацкая игра. Говорите... Вот, короче, кто тебе дал пистолет, врет?
Что ты взял?
Ну, стреляй в нее. Да-да, это я задам. Будь рассудительнее, открой, Луи. Как же мне их отличить? Ну вот та, которая дала тебе пистолет, она
Спросите
предатель.
у девушки, спереди спросить девушки. Ну что?
Спроси девушку позади.
Кто был с ним? Что со мной? Что бы? Так, кем я представился? Что бы мне дали? Кто был с нами? Что со мной случилось?
Да, давай.
Что давай?
Что с тобой что случилось?
On the wharf, something happened to me. What happened exactly?
You felt unwell. You had a nosebleed, and I offered you my handkerchief. I told her all that already. It was me who told you.
Right. Let's find something else.
Да, это
Yes.
сложно.
Let's speak about my arrival at the manor.
Надо спросить. Да, это сложно. Это очень интересно, но это сложно. Честно. Давайте спросим впереди. Кто стоял у камина? Кем я представился? О чем мы беседовали?
Once we arrived, we stayed together warming ourselves in front of the fire in the Great Hall with President Washington.
That's right.
What did we talk about?
The President and I revealed to you that we were members of the Order. You even asked Washington how he met your mother, remember?
Very well.
Let's try something else.
On the first night, we went up to bed, but I wasn't tired. I went for a little stroll.
Ну все. Убивай, которая позади, она тебе.
Подожди. Мы с вами встретились. Чем вы меня спросили? Нет, подожди. Надо. Давай.
Do you remember if we saw each other that night or not?
Not at all. Don't think you're going to get away with this deception so easily. I can assure you, you're going to regret pretending to be me once Louis has exposed you.
Right. I don't think I'll get very far like this. I'll have to find something better.
Oh, I don't think I'll even wait until he's finished.
Take it easy now.
Are you mad, Louis?
Lower your arm.
I better act quickly if I don't want things to get out of hand.
Come on, she's putting one over on you.
Вот
Look
давай
at
тебе
yourself for
пистолет.
crying out loud. You were prepared to shoot me down.
Нужно было, конечно, прогуглить, но это не знаю. Ну, конечно.
Кто тебе дал пистолет, тут это.
Talk to them about what you've been doing. Maybe they haven't spoken about it between each other yet.
Ты спроси, давай спросим, что она спала с тобой. Она, вторая, что точно об этом знать не могла.
Спроси девушку позади, позади.
Ну все уже. Как мы прошли мимо гарнизона, что мы там обсуждали, какая вещь привлекла ваше внимание. Какая вещь привлекла ваше внимание. Так, это который с пистолет.
That night, we were in Mortimer's private gallery. In that gallery, something moved you. What was it?
A cameo.
завис.
Why?
Камео.
You know very well why.
Знаете,
I
почему?
want you to tell me,
Скажите,
why did the cameo
почему
move
вы
you?
расстроились?
Because I thought it was my sister's. I was worried sick that something had happened to her, and I was running through the manor looking for the bitch where. Stop lying, Emma.
Хватит.
You know full
Знаете,
well the real reason I was there was because of the Alazif. Liar! I was there! I haven't even got a cameo!
даже нет
That's
камня.
enough!
Хватит.
I've had enough of this charade. Louis, there's only one way to tell us apart. There's just one thing I didn't tell her about in detail. Too bad for you, Emma. I didn't want it to come to this, but you leave me no choice. Ask her about you and I. You just lost,
О,
Emma.
ты проиграл.
I indeed didn't tell you everything about it. Come, Louis. Speak about our intimacy.
Very well.
What?
Let's talk about us.
Ну, спросить, ну чё? Так, подожди,
Позади, позади, позади.
почему позади? Сказала же, сказала спросить, которая сзади стоит.
А,
Ну, ладно.
спроси впереди.
Хорошо,
Впереди.
все, я уже о чем взять, что вы хотите? Ну,
Что вы делали? О, ночью.
Describe last night, please.
Louis, it's embarrassing. You know full well what I did last night.
I want to hear you say it.
We spent it together, of course. What? I came to your room after the conference, and excuse me if I don't go into the details, but I was mightily impressed. What did you do? Look how you are reacting, Emma. It's not surprising I didn't tell you about my night with Louis. You slut!
That's enough, both of you. Now I know who the real Emily is.
Ну что, вроде все понятно.
Все, позади надо.
Что почему он же, подожди, он с какой же разговаривал? Дай стрим пересмотри. Подожди, ну так убивать-то надо, которая напротив.
Ну давай.
Что, да, стрим пересмотри.
Ну давай, напротив.
Влад, посмотри стрим.
Напротив убивай уже. Алло.
Да.
Давай
Здрасте.
уже в голову.
Да я стрим смотрю, блин, а если неправильно?
It's you. Emma.
Давай позади
А.
надо, позади.
She is manipulating.
Блин,
Ну
неправильно.
подожди.
No, Emma. It's
Что
her.
ты
I know
нажал?
it.
Блин, я не
Despite all
знал,
the
как
trouble you've
правильно.
gone to put one
Не
over on me,
надо.
I know it is her.
Блин, да
That's enough now,
Блин.
Emma. You
Всё
little
кончено.
slut.
я ж не знал, как
Don't
правильно,
think you're
блин.
going to get away with this so
Даже не
easily.
думаю.
You
Не
are
надо.
going to stop your little game
Переиграй,
right
переиграй.
А, я думал, вряд ли что получится. Блин, я ж не знал, как... Я думал, что он пришьет ее, типа, в этом... Блин, ну, переиграй, это тогда, может, все сначала?
А, не, ну давай, не надо.
Не, ну не все сначала, именно этот момент. Да, сейчас
Ну, не надо, давай, продолжим.
возвратимся.
Не надо.
Блин,
Не
как
надо.
я накосячил-то, а? Я не знаю, может, даже
Какая-
и не сохранилось. Блин, а? Ребят, такое противостояние.
What on earth
А,
is...
вот, смотри, видишь? Тут. Сейчас, давай еще раз посмотрим. Ой, я буду спрашивать, у которая позади. Так, я могу это же?
Right? I gave you my life. That's enough, Emma. Now that Louis is here,
Хватит,
you will leave
Эмма,
Sarah
А
alone.
что это за
Cease
ромбики?
your revenge immediately.
Какие?
What?
Ну,
What?
ромбики.
А, ромбики, ну это типа, что-то типа, сколько у него возможностей или что, я так не понимаю, надо было вначале читать.
Какие дамы?
Слушай, да, у них, да, у нее, блин, кстати, не показывали. Честно.
Yes,
Не
well...
показывали.
Don't you dare bring him into this. This is between you and me.
Ну,
I
тут и
asked for
так
nothing more,
достаточно.
so stop
Ну да.
taking it out on Sarah.
Я тоже думаю.
You prissy little bitch! How dare you! Now that I've told you everything, you want to
Да,
take
скажи.
Ошейники еще надели.
You are joking.
Ошейники надели.
I'm the one who
Трындеть,
told you
да?
everything that's been going on while you were away. Go on then. That's what you want, isn't it? You want to kill me?
Эмили
Go on then.
Кирилл
Shoot.
Вору.
After all the trouble I've gone through to find you.
Ну-ка,
Go on. What are you waiting for?
интересно, Эмили
Here.
какой?
Louis, take this.
Wait,
What's going?
An entire life for this. Go on, shoot. Sorry, Louis, I can't shoot her. She's my sister.
Нет, мне кажется, что по мне кажется, что правильно все-таки, наверное, сзади, потому что она, видишь, она говорит, что она не может выстрелить, она все-таки моя сестра. Не знаю. Сейчас посмотрим просто этот момент, когда про ночь будет. Надо посмотреть, выбрать задний, либо выбрать передний, посмотреть, скажет она или нет. Сразу. Не, ну конечно, клево сделано, они прям реально одинаковые. Тут нет ничего, чтобы отличить. Все одинаково. Давай сразу в лоб спросим. Так, давайте девушку впереди. Кто был с вами? Кто был с вами?
He was with us from when we started traveling by ship. We arrived on the same boat. I already told her, Louis. Another question then. I'm the one who told you.
Right. Let's find something else. Ah, yes. Let's speak about my arrival at the manor.
Короче, надо убивать, которые позади, Саня.
Подожди ты.
Это мое такое... Ну потому что, ну, надо вот позади. Она мне не нравится.
Они одинаковые, ты чё, Влад?
Ну она, это интуиция работает, Саня.
Вот,
Она,
смотри,
Саня, она специально говорит, что она такая добрая, она тебя заманивает.
Давай вот, когда будет вопрос про ночь, мы посмотрим, что скажет. Давай спросим первую, потому что ту мы уже спрашивали. Давай спросим, которая впереди стоит про ночь. Так, мы разговаривали. Удалось поговорить? Знаете, нет, я отправился спать.
I can assure you, you're going to regret pretending to be me once Louis has exposed you.
Right. I don't think I'll get very far like this.
Подожди, а надо кого убить?
Надо выбрать, кто из...
кто Эмили?
Надо выбрать, кто из них настоящий.
А как выбрать? Надо убить не настоящую или...
Надо убить, надо вот задавать вопросы. Сейчас как бы...
Подожди, надо убить подделку, да?
Да. Надо выбрать, как я понял...
Короче, убивай, которая сзади. Всё.
Вот сейчас мы спросим про ночь и решим. Я только не помню, как
Да,
выбрать.
она тебя заманивает. Это замануха. Она специально такая добренькая, добрая.
Спроси девушку впереди.
Да впереди нормально, она все знает.
Подожди. Подожди, вот так. Что мы там обнаружили?
What did we find in that room?
A load of old junk that Mortimer had collected. A so-called
вот, видишь, она
in
же
the form
знает.
of an urn. An old sheepskin that he must take for the golden fleece. The Bible of Judas. Property deeds as old as the hills. And a broken old sword. You are wasting your time, Louis. She already knows all that. Of course I do. I was there.
Вот, видишь, она говорит, время тянете, да-да-да.
Louis,
она какая-то странная.
There's just one thing I didn't tell her about in detail. Too bad for you, Emma. I didn't want it to come to this.
Так, подожди, какую мы спрашивали? А мы спрашивали о ночь сзади.
А ты спроси сейчас про ночь впереди. Вот это вот, которая рядом с тобой стоит, а ее надо грохнуть.
Ну, слушай, ты...
Ну она мне не нравится. Впереди. Во, да.
Spent the night together. But beforehand, you insisted on talking about my choices.
Вот, видишь?
Why?
Вот, правильно.
I beg your pardon. Louis,
Прошу
I did
прощения.
not go to see you last night.
What? Huh?
Now your true identity is exposed. What did you do? I didn't tell you.
Ну это замануха.
I never told you about this episode,
Саня.
so you know nothing of what happened last night between Louis and me. dirty
Сзади
slut.
подделка.
What did you do?
That's enough, both of you. Now I know who the real Emily is.
Ну, Саня, ну давай. Убивай сзади, все. Давай. Убивай, она она все знает, потому что ей докладывают. Давай, ну не надо, ну. Сзади, вот сзади. Хорошо, сзади.
You
Позади,
are
да.
Emily Hillsborough.
Давай.
I knew you wouldn't get it wrong,
Вот,
Louis.
молодец.
No, you little bitch. Watch out,
Я
Louis.
знала. Нет, мелкая дрянь.
No.
Осторожно,
Hell,
Луи.
what have I done?
Кого ты убил?
See what you've done. See.
Ёбарда ты, ну. Ну ты сзади надо.
Louis? What on earth is going on?
Mother!
Go. You must leave. Everyone's going to arrive.
Louis, what's going on?
Duchess? Is everything all right?
Ай,
Go,
сзади
Mother.
надо.
No one must find you here.
Go.
А,
Come, Louis.
ёпарасы
There's
ты.
nothing more you can do.
Кто
Leave
из
us.
них?
Emily, what's going on?
Блин,
Mother, go to the crypt. I'll meet you there.
I'll be waiting for
блин.
you.
Да я не понял, я думал,
Emily.
я понял.
Madam, I'm coming in.
Блин,
bound to
напротив
end like this,
была
Louis.
настоящая.
Let me stay with her, please.
А
Go,
ты ее
I'll cover
убил.
you.
Провал это. Настоящая, нет, провал это, нет. Да я думаю, что вот та, которая перед тобой была, это настоящая. Всем привет, кто смотрит, поставьте, пожалуйста, лайкос, перед началом просмотра.
Good God! They're all here. They must have heard the gunshot.
Where is Lord Mortimer?
Can anyone hear anything through the door?
Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms.
Да, тут.
Louis! At last, there you are.
Mother, wait,
Come, we have to be quick.
No, wait, Mother,
Time is running out, Louis. First, we must...
No! That's enough. I won't go a step further unless you explain to me what is going on here. I'm begging you. Talk to me.
You must trust me, my son. You are not ready yet.
You're the one who should trust me. Tell me what's happening.
You would never believe me.
I came all the way here for you. Now I've found you. I'm ready, Mother.
If only, Louis, I have always taught you to keep your mind open and rational. I know you are going to find this hard to believe, but what I am going to reveal to you is entirely true. Many years ago, I found out that demons really do live among us.
I beg your pardon?
And that they can influence our thoughts.
Mother, listen to yourself. I know you're exhausted, but for crying out loud, listen to what you're saying. Demons? What next? An ancient monster with a head like an octopus?
Древние чудовища с головой осьминога. Как выявляешь демоны? У них рога, остроконечные хвосты.
Forget your Christian folklore. Imagine them more as parasitic spirits.
Они больше похожи на паразитирующих духов. Они захватывают носителей и управляют ими изнутри. Да, они способны иметь тела, когда сочтут нужным. И да, таких духов находится на острове. Дайте-ка угадаю. Вашингтон и Бонапарт. Да?
President Washington and Monsieur Bonaparte.
No, why? At least I don't think so.
Yet Washington is old enough to be one.
Do you really believe that I'm joking here?
What?
Many years ago, well before you were born, I crossed paths with one of them. Since then, I've spent my life trying to find it again. When we recovered the Alizif, I was persuaded that von Burchard was working for this demon in one way or another. But I thought he would hand the book to a middleman during this conference. That's where I made an error that could well turn out to be fatal. The one who Burchard was meant to give the book to was none other than the demon in person, Mortimer. Not to mention that Holm had sent Volner to get it for him.
Holm and Mortimer are demons?
They both seem to disagree about many things, but I'll admit I never knew exactly why. There are many of them, Louis, not just those two.
Mother, have you any proof to support any of this?
Of course, but you do too. You had everything laid out in front of you. Didn't you notice anything?
Что там? Вы сошли с ума.
Mother, I shan't follow you down that path. I wouldn't be doing you any favors.
Rational and open, Louis. Tell me then, how can anyone own properties all over the world for centuries, always having signed documents with the same signature?
Well, I can find 10 other explanations less eccentric than demonic possession, Mother.
How come the Mortimers have had only one male heir for each generation since the Third Crusade?
Forgery, family rights, where they get rid of the daughter. There are dozens of less extravagant possibilities.
How could one man motivate so
Конечно, не ту.
many future
Надо было
leading
выбрать
figures of the day
правильную.
on his silly
Я понял,
island
что
without
правильно.
anyone finding out about it?
Я просто
Even
думал,
the Golden
я думал, кого
Order isn't
убить.
capable of that.
Вот и да,
Well, he's
сказал.
simply better than us, and he's welcome
А
to
ты, получается, выбрал как правильно.
You've lost your objectivity, Mother.
Правильное было напротив тебя.
What do you mean you saw him?
I was 20 years old. I was young and carefree. I traveled the world in
20
search of
лет была
adventure.
иная без
In the
забот.
Persian Gulf, we came across
В
an
Персидском
ancient
заливе мы
grimoire
нашли
that
древний
became
гримур,
unlocked, composed
открыли
of
его
7
замки.
parts. Each one
Он
was a book
состоял
in
из 7
itself,
частей,
set in
каждая
a
по
sort
ней
of metal armor
металлическом
that structured
переплете.
the whole thing. When all the volumes were brought together, they
Все
formed a
7
single
там
book.
образовали
On my
один
return to
огромный
Paris, I
фолиант.
set to studying these pages. I
Вернувшись в
spent
Париж,
all
я
my days
начала
and
изучать
nights studying
гримуар,
them.
сутки
Oh, I can
напролет
imagine you
листал
doing
его
that.
страницы.
But the
Ага,
writing
могу
was in a
себе
language I
представить.
had never seen
Язык
before.
не был похож
Developed well before
ни на один
Sumerian,
из
in my
тех, что я
opinion.
видел. Думаю, он
So I got
появился
the
задолго
idea to form a
до
small occult circle
шумерского.
composed of
Тогда-то
all
я
the
и
major
решила
names in
собрать
the
самых
occult world
известных
to see if anyone
знатков
else could
и
crack it.
дать возможность
found no
разгадать
one.
тайну
And I found
гримуара.
someone,
И что у
Louis.
вас не вышло?
I found
Кое-что
him,
вышло,
or rather he found
Я
me.
нашла его.
He was young,
Хотя,
charismatic,
скорее,
he
он
was
нашел меня. Он
flamboyant.
был молод, обаятелен, экстравагантен. Экстраван... Фу ты. Экстраван-дран-дран.
You mean Mortimer?
He was a veritable mine of
Прямо
knowledge. I
каталась
showed him the
на
book,
все на
and he
свете.
was able to decipher
Я
a few
показал ему книгу, и
passages.
он даже
We
смог
spent
перевести
several
несколько
months together
абзацев.
studying the
Несколько
pages.
месяцев мы пересели над гримуаром вместе. Сколько
He was already old in
лет
those days,
ему
wasn't he?
было?
So you recognized him when you arrived on the island, right?
No, he
Знали его,
wasn't in
когда
that
прибыли на
body.
остров. Нет,
But
он
I
был в
know
другом
it was
теле.
him. I
Но
swear
это
it was
точно
him.
был он.
The way he spoke,
Клянусь
his
тебе, его
posture, a few of his
манера речи,
intonations, his
осанки,
mannerisms.
характеристики,
Wait a
интонации,
minute. You were talking
жесты.
about 60 years ago.
Погодите,
I've
вы
lost the thread.
рассказывали,
Yes,
что
sorry.
было 16 лет
He
назад, мы
helped me
отвлеклись. Да,
understand certain
прости.
passages
Он
until I
объяснил некоторые
realized
фрагменты, но
that he
потом я
only
поняла, что он
translated a
перевел
few
мне
parts
далеко
for
не
me.
все.
But I had aroused his interest. It was too
Не
late.
успел
How
его
so?
заинтересовать,
I mean to
были
say he
слишком поздно.
manipulated
Почему?
me.
Он
He
втерся ко мне
used
в
me,
доверие,
and in the
обманул
end,
меня.
he
В
stole
конце
the
концов,
book with
похитил
all its
книгу со
secrets.
всеми его
Did he ever go to
секретами.
your place?
Not
Нифига.
once.
Он к
At
вам
least I
еще
don't think
приходит? Ни
so.
разу, мне так
But before
кажется.
disappearing, he proposed a pact between
Прежде чем
us. He
исчезнуть, он
proposed that
предлагал мне
I follow
заключить
him
договор.
and
Он
let
хотел,
him
чтобы я
teach
стала
me,
его
allow him to bring me up.
ученицей, позволила ему воспитать себя. Он хотел, чтобы так... Вы согласились? Давай, согласились. Ну давай, отказались. Давай, согласились.
And you accepted.
Please don't be
И
stupid.
вы
You
согласились?
don't make deals with the devil.
Хотите ерунды, я не
After
заключаю
that, I
сделок
spent my
с
whole
дьяволом.
life looking for him.
После этого я
3
всю
years
жизнь
later
его
in
искал.
Berlin, I
Я
just
почти
missed him.
поймал его 3
In
года
London, I
назад в
lost
Берлине.
6 members of the order in a
Это
chase.
этот,
In
Гитлер, 100%.
1741, in
В
Tunisia,
Лондоне
I found
в
a sect of fanatics
1741
who had
году
crossed
в Тунисе
paths
я
with him
наткнулась
once.
на секту.
1741 in Poland,
Блин, я устал
1749
читать.
in India.
8 years ago in Venice.
We agreed
Секту.
never to speak about what happened in Venice, Louis.
Секту. Не секту. Сейчас, подожди.
For the
Да
moment,
подожди,
that
ты не
is
выбирай.
not the key issue here. Once we found the Alazif in Paris, I followed von Borchart's trail here. I didn't think it would lead me straight to the demon. It was careless of me. He toyed with me for a few days, until I caught on, until I saw
Несколько
him
дней
as
он
he
играл со мной,
was.
пока меня не
But he had no
опозорило, пока я не
intention of letting me
поняла,
leave.
кто он.
We
Однако
are all
отпускать
his
меня он не
pawns, Louis,
собирался.
and if we
Мы
don't
все
want
его
to spend the
пешки,
rest of
Луи,
our
и
lives
если мы не хотим
turning
провести
round in
остаток
circles
жизни,
here,
бродя
we
по
must
кругу, надо бежать с
absolutely get
этого
off
острова.
this island. All right, can we move
Надо
on?
бежать.
Wait a minute. One
Теперь
last
ты
thing.
пойдешь со мной. Подожди, еще вопрос. Напиши, у меня еще есть вопрос.
What was going on with the cannons in Tuscany?
It was nothing.
Что насим?
Since when does the
Кто
order finance
насим?
wars?
The cannons for that Bonaparte fellow?
Ты
Listen,
про пушку для него
once in the
Бонапарта?
lion's den, I did
А это
whatever
прям,
I could to appear
какой
legitimate.
Бонапарт?
So yes, I pretended to be
Наполеон?
interested in Mortimer's project about a young military
Наполеон, что
man
ли?
who was seeking funding for a foundry in
Надо было его
Tuscany.
грохнуть.
Between you and me, if buying China would have enabled me to escape, I would
А,
have
ну да,
signed
это он.
without hesitation.
I want to know what happened between you and Emily's sister.
Great responsibility often brings difficult choices, Louis. That's all you need to know.
All right, but you're not getting away with it so lightly. Once we get back to Paris, be sure I won't be letting it go.
We'll see in Paris then.
Are you going to tell me what happened to your hand?
Better than that, I shall show you.
On the evening of my arrival, Cardinal Piaggi came looking for you. He was determined to give you a letter.
More of his lists. Louis, I think I know what's in that letter, and I beseech you to
Louis?
believe that it is the least of our worries. We can sort that out later.
I want to know what happened with Elizabeth Adams.
Louis, we haven't time for those details.
I'm sorry, Mother, but I want to know.
She was one of the receptacles for these monsters. I met her parents when she was born. One of the demons got inside her. The demon used her to spy on her father, John Adams. He is one of the founding fathers and vice president of the United States, you know.
Mortimer possessed her?
No, I don't think it was Mortimer. Her father, John Adams, hired me to tend to her, but the evil in her was too deep. In spite of the various treatments I tried on her, I never succeeded in getting it out of her. It's not something I'm proud of, Louis, but I had to try everything.
Do you know who killed her?
Absolutely not.
Good. I think that's about right. We shall speak about it once we get back to France.
Great actions for humanity have been decided by demons for centuries, Louis. They are playing with our destiny. We are their slaves. And it's time for it to stop. By the way, what was Mortimer's project at this conference?
He wants the United States to occupy all the North American territory. France should recover Louisiana and give it to the United States. In that case, the Americans would just have to push west to chase the Spanish from the continent once and for all.
And as Mortimer controls Washington, you may just as well say that it will put him at the head of a world superpower. We should do our utmost to put a stop to Mortimer's plans. But for the time being, there are more pressing matters.
Ой, сейчас засну.
Are you going to tell me why we're here?
Да. Ну, картину мне дайте, я продам.
There. That's why we are here.
О, фингал под глазом. Фингал точно настоящий. Нажмите на кнопочку. Во, машина времени. О, сейчас напишут неудачи. Что-то непонятно. А чё, часть 3 кончилась?
Reassure me, we aren't going to have to force that one, are we?
I don't think we're even capable of doing it. You're going to have to find a way to open it.
Why, of course. And what's inside?
Something to vanquish them with?
Perfect. So, how does it open?
We'll need several keys. I found a note from the architect who conceived the mechanism.
Слушай, я еще знаю одну головоломку, но там не так болтовни. Там по большей части как типа ассасина, но там головоломка тоже.
Exactly. We have the Clement III cross, the nails, the
Gutenberg
Bible, the exegesis of Judas, an armillary sphere,
Блин,
and all we need to
забытые пески, блин, такая часть прикольная. Не, забытые пески прикольные. А, там от третьего лица. Там от третьего лица.
Some nails?
Ну вот как
Don't
здесь.
ask me. I'm not the one who made the mechanism, you know. When I arrived, there were already a few of them inserted, so I didn't have to worry about those. On the other hand, I remember seeing some in Mortimer's secret study, behind his nightmare.
In a golden cup? Yes. Yes, I saw them too.
Perfect. It will be easy for you to find them then. You need 3 of them.
Very well.
You remember what to do about the rollers. 1191 to enter, and 6466 to exit.
Of course. Why a cross?
Well, I haven't the foggiest idea, but it just so happens that's what you are going to use to activate the mechanism. I found the one Mortimer kept. It belonged to Cardinal Guibert, better known by the name of Pope Clement III.
Perfect. Where is it?
Unfortunately, I've lost it. When I lost my hand, I went dashing out, and it must have fallen from my pocket.
Well, otherwise I can always go and see Piaggi. He's a cardinal after all.
What do you mean by the concordance of dates exactly?
Don't worry about that. We already have them. They are written on the back of the message I just gave you. One last thing before you go. Be very careful. If you come across anyone, they can all potentially be spies of Mortimer or Holm. Don't ever confide in anyone because a demon can slip inside them at any moment.
Wait, not all of them though. Take Washington.
Especially Washington. He's been conditioned by Mortimer for years. Look at them, for crying out loud. How do you explain their behavior otherwise? The most influential politicians in the Western world gather together without the least protection, without a single aid to assist them, to participate in a conference during which the guests start dropping like flies. Me, Adams, Peru, Hillsborough. Look at the number of calamities that have happened over the past few days. And not one of them has asked to leave the island? Do you find that normal? You'll see. Go up to the manor to look for the keys, and I wager not one of them will speak to you about my being in Emily's room.
Do you think so?
Go on, you'll see. And come back with all the objects in one go. Time is against us. And remember, the code to get out of the secret office is 6466.
Ой. Всем привет. Подписывайтесь, если не подписаны.
Let's see if the statues are in place yet. That statue is not positioned correctly.
Open sesame.
So that's the exegesis of Judas. I hope
No.
Mortimer doesn't read it very often. Otherwise, he's going to notice that someone's stolen it. But that's just too bad. I need it.
Чего? Не знаю, да, отзывы у всех разные. Отзывы у всех разные. Да, я не тебе сказал.
Right. I've
Ну,
got what I need.
4-5 вообще.
Let's not waste any more time.
Вот, на который я тебе прислал. Кто-то пишет 3 года отработал, кто-то 5 пишет отработал, кто-то пишет... Ну да. Гарантия есть?
Год гарантия точно.
Просто вчера он стоил 3500, а сегодня 3620. То же самое.
Название посмотри. Тут оригинал, а там по-другому назывался. Другой, ты чё? 100%, я тебе покажу, могу фотографии показать. Другой. Я за это посмотрел, что там есть. С какие они работают. Они на сайте.
Чё? Понедельник по пятницу с 10 до 20. Суббота, воскресенье с 12 до 19. И 600.
Ah,
Ты
Louis.
тоже молодец.
Glad you're here.
Тоже
Blast
молодец.
it. He's gonna talk about my mother.
Смотри.
Come and see what I've found. There are pieces of paper in the ashes of the chimney. Someone's been burning something here.
Incredible. He doesn't seem to want to speak to me about what
Вот.
happened between my mother and the Hillsborough
Вот, я
sisters.
тебе
Show me a little.
Look, it's
Вот.
possible
Вот,
to
это я
distinguish two
вчера
different
тебе
writing
скрин скинул.
styles.
The rest of the correspondence between my mother and Emma.
Someone tried to burn an exchange of messages. I'm certain there must be more.
Shit. What on earth is he doing?
Ну, вот это
There were.
3 буквы.
Pardon?
There were more. Emma and my mother communicated through messages in this room. I found their correspondence and I preferred to burn it all so as not to leave any traces.
But why didn't you say so?
That's what I'm doing now, Mr. President. Before, well, it all seemed unimportant compared to everything that had happened.
Yes, you're right. Moreover, we ought to lend a helping hand. I shall have a word with Lord Mortimer, because the conference must not make us forget about Sarah.
No. No, thank you. No. I certainly don't want Mortimer giving me any more attention than he is at the moment.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. If you don't mind, I'll take care of it.
As you wish. Keep persevering. I shall see you later.
Wasted enough time. The Bible. The Bible's still there. Monsieur Johann van Vulner. A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart. The alchemist is an old man. The signs of obscurantism. An armillary sphere. Perfect. That will save me some time. I only hope that he isn't going to realize it right away. This time, it'll be a lot quicker. If I remember rightly, the code was 1191.
Фига какие хоромы.
Of course.
Не выйдешь, да? А, он поэтому проходит.
There. Those are the nails I was looking for. All right, come on, let's get out of here. 6466, if I remember correctly.
Че? Кого? Да выбрал, не знаю. Ай, тяжело. Их чё? Не знаю. Чё? Чего говоришь? Вау. А, это из Эрмитажа. Видел такой.
The Last Supper.
Ну, я не помню, но я видел.
The last day before his crucifixion, Jesus announces that he will be betrayed
Да
by
Винчи.
one of his disciples.
Я же сразу говорил, что это да Винчи. Да. Так у нас с Эрмитажа собрана вся эта старинная. С Франции много точно. Какие. Нифига себе. Под землей прям. Чё? Опять это, ну ё-моё, опять это обидно. Ну, опять. Чего? Объем HDD 2 терабайта. В смысле 2 терабайта? Что, с дуба что ли руку? Емкость 2 терабайта. 500. Реальная емкость 8. Ну, в упаковке для Windows 7. Кстати, меньше. И выше. Файл система. Проверка диска. И как? За 3002 терабайта не может быть. Это разводняк полный воды. Новое. Хорошо, пускай предоставит еще и это. Тогда гарантию. Соли? Ну, понятно, что вот китайская.
Go ahead, impress me.
Сдохнет он.
I'll shut up and let you concentrate.
3000 в жопу. Новое.
This exegesis contains comments from Judas on the different Gospels. It only contains certain chapters and verses, and the chapters are indicated by Roman numerals. But let's come first to different chapters and verses from the exegesis of Judas.
Не знаю. Я бы не доверял.
The cross is stuck in the mechanism. I can't do anything.
2 терабайта за 3000. И такие цены убить.
fresco clearly shows the birth of Christ.
Louis, I can assure you that that is not the solution to this enigma. This fresco's only purpose is to mislead. I know that now. Please, focus on another theme about Christ.
We'll have to trust her. It looks like there are 3 types of inscriptions.
Жесткий диск 1,5 терабайта, новая. Коробка запечатана, USB 2.0. USB 2.0. Вау.
Это скорость.
PD. 1,5 терабайта. 600 метров. Блин, вообще не. А вдруг он к компу не подойдет? Провод еще отдельно. Ну 2.0 это не то же. Сейчас я загуглю. Чем 2.0 это?
О.
3000.
Бывает.
USB более новый, чем USB. Третья версия появилась в ноябре 2006, а вторая в начале 2000-х годов. Самое главное отличие между версиями — это скорость передачи данных. Так, версия USB 2.0 передает данные со скоростью 480 мегабит в секунду, а версия USB 3.0 в 10 раз быстрее со скоростью 4,8 мегабит.
Try connecting the theme to see if it goes all the way.
There must surely be a connection between the wheels. This wheel contains several symbols made up of 1 or 2 figures and 1 letter. The highest figure does not exceed 31, and each letter corresponds to a month of the year. A for April, and M for March. I think these symbols must represent a specific date. This wheel represents the different moons.
Не знаю. USB 2.0.
I can feel the lever at the bottom.
Good luck.
Сань. Чем USB 2.0 от 3.0 отличает? Ё-моё. Более новый, чем... Длинная кабель. Да, так быстро. Ну давай, не знаю. USB 2.0. Почему 1,5 гигабайта за 3000? 1,5 терабайта. Ну с рук, но новая, типа запечатанная. Кто знает. Фига она постарела. Ха. Так ты же только что проходил.
I sense that Mr. Peru is about to surprise us too.
I believed in him. I followed him to the best of my ability. I championed his ideas, defended his decisions, and then, without even realizing it, I became lost.
Now that I've told you everything, you want to take my place, do you? No. I am Emily. You are wasting your time. Louis knows very well how to tell us apart.
Someone had the bang coming from the Duchess's room, and she isn't answering.
You really must learn to conceal your weaknesses better, if you don't want your foes to use them against you.
Our desire is to steer the destiny of our respective countries for the good of all, and to no longer suffer the random hazards of history.
It is the natural order of things, Monsieur de Richet. There have always been men who govern other men. That is simply the way it is.
History forgets them with a disconcerting facility. No one speaks about them, and yet they whisper in the ears of kings and presidents.
Filthy swine! I'm going to open this damn door and skin you alive! You're not going to get the better of us!
Mother?
Louis, you've come around. How do you feel?
It hurts. Mother? I can't feel my arm.
Louis, I had to cauterize it with what I could find.
Where's my arm?
We'll get through this, Louis. Don't worry. I think I found a solution. You'll see.
We gotta leave. No, don't put your arm in there.
Louis, we can't leave without it. It's our last chance. I need to see this through to the end. I must do it.
Запчасти для машины.
We've done it, Louis. Look.
Stubborn as a mule.
Come on, up you get. I'll help you. Easy does it. You've lost a lot of blood.
And now what?
Let's take what we came for.
Yes, my carelessness has cost me dearly.
Yes, but even so, we haven't time to feel sorry for ourselves. Let's not waste another minute, Louis.
Ты бы взял? Нет, да я папа. С магазина, это понятно. Конечно, 3000 рублей. За эти 1,5 терабайта. А? Зачем точно пополнить 1,5 терабайта? Какой дурак будет продавать 1,5 терабайта? Запечатанный. Он не запечатанный, он распакованный уже 100 раз. Потому что он его сам подключал уже к компу. Что, не видишь? Он же подключал его к компу. Подключал.
I'm sorry, but I don't remember anything specific.
It's the lance with which the Roman centurion pierced the side of Christ on his crucifixion.
Больше нет?
Seriously? You don't really believe that fable, do you?
Every fable is founded on true events. I'm not saying that everything adds up, but imagine if it really did exist.
Понятно.
Very well.
Нет.
Now what?
Well, now you know what you need
Такая
to
дешевая
find.
цена, потому что
I have to get to the wharf to prepare our departure.
Скорость
Let's
передачи
get off
данных
this cursed island as quickly as we can. We shall come back when we are ready and armed.
But hang on.
Louis, let's first get to safety. We shall come back when we have the upper hand. Fear not. You take care of getting the lance. It's imperative. I'll take care of preparing our departure.
Hang on. At least tell me everything you know about this lance.
But I have never seen it. There's nothing else I can say, Louis. Well, you can always go snooping around Mortimer's study. I remember seeing paintings of Longinus there.
Сложно сказать.
Hang on a second.
What's the matter?
Why did you shoot Emily's sister?
Do you really think now is the right time for this?
I want to know, Mother. Why did you betray her?
Listen, Louis. I don't think you've really understood my interest in the Al-Azif. It's not just simple curiosity about some old relic.
You tried to kill her.
And I had no choice, for crying out loud. It must not fall into the hands of the demons, or we are all doomed, don't you see? Listen, I don't know exactly what it contains, but I prefer to be one step ahead. If they want it, there must be a reason. And even if I don't know what it is, I want to stop them for safety's sake, no matter what.
Nothing will stop you if I understand correctly.
Enough, Louis. If you could see the extent of their power as I do, then you would understand what I'm saying.
All right, we'll do it your way.
One more thing. If they find you in possession of the lance, they won't let you get away with it. Choose only one and hide it under your jacket so you don't get caught with it. Then run and meet me on the wharf.
And if I get caught?
If they catch you in possession of the lance, we're all doomed. Do you understand?
Perfectly.
Good. And go talk to Piaggi. He's the one who probably knows the most about this.
Your Eminence, would you have a moment to spare?
Not now, Louis. Please, leave me alone.
I beg your pardon?
I want to be alone.
Very well. I'm only searching for information about the lance of Longinus, the soldier. If you could...
You are not listening to me. You are playing with fire.
I heard you speak to Mr. von Wollner about it, and I was wondering if you could tell me something about it.
That was a private conversation. How could I have known that he was listening to us?
I see what you mean.
Louis, don't push it. Leave while you still can.
Your Eminence, are you all right? Your Eminence, are you with me? Can you turn around, please?
What do you want to know about the Holy Lance, Louis?
Your Eminence, turn around.
This is the weapon used by a Roman centurion on the very day Christ was nailed to the cross.
Look at me.
Longinus thrust his lance in the right side of Jesus.
Please.
As you wish.
His nose is bleeding.
So, you are looking for the Holy Lance of Longinus, are you?
Exactly.
Frank and direct. I like that. Thank you for not trying to be sly. You are looking for the lance. You should know, you are not the only one. Lord Mortimer has spent a good part of his life and his fortune trying to find it. Never will he let you have it. But tell me, before going any further, have you spoken to anyone else about this?
No. You are the first I've spoken to about it, Your Eminence.
Come now, Louis. Are you quite sure of that?
Yes, my mother knows about it.
Of course, Sarah. Who else?
No one else.
What are you going to use the lance for, exactly?
If I told you why I needed this lance, you would never believe it.
Trust me, you can tell me anything.
It's our only chance to vanquish the demons.
Oh, my dear God, Louis. You sound just like Sarah. Do you realize you are following the same path, step by step? Sarah also started by imagining things. She, too, spoke of demons, I am told. She could no longer speak to anyone, and saw a hidden monster in every guest, lurking in the shadows, ready to devour her. You must let us help you. Louis, I thank you for your sincerity. I shall answer you about Longinus. You deserve to be told. His spear-headed lance did indeed pierce the side of the Messiah. His blood gushed out, covering the head of the lance. It was covered in the blood of Christ.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Eminence.
You are welcome. Be careful, Louis. You are on a perilous path. Don't follow Sarah's demons, my boy. Don't delve too deeply into her delusions, or you won't be able to come back. The demons that she is frantically trying to drive away are in her own mind. Take good care of yourself. God keep you.
Алло. Поем, наберу, говорю. Я тебе говорю.
It seems like he isn't here. Look, a blotter. And apparently it's been used recently. I wonder what Volner was going to write. It's smudged. It's not all legible. I can make out the signature though and leave as if planned It's illegible. Let's see if I can find a solution in Volner's things here. Given his interest in alchemy, I wouldn't be surprised if I found something that revealed what's written somewhere in his room. Chemistry set. That's not surprising coming from von Volner. I should find something to help reveal the traces of ink on the blotter. That sounds vaguely familiar. I can always give it a shot. Yes, it worked. Now I can see it. Sir Gregory, I'll leave Al-Azif at the landing stage at the appropriate time. Yours truly, Johann von Volner. This is child's play. So, let's see what Volner has in his bookcase. I don't know where to begin. I've never heard of most of these works.
Richet?
Damn, that's all I need. Maybe he knows something about the lands.
What happened? You've lost. Ah, how horrible. Your hand.
It's an accident. To tell you the truth,
Accident? Are you joking? You have lost your hand, Louis. We've got to do something.
It's been done. I've been given treatment, rest assured. I admit that I didn't truly realize the consequences of my recklessness. So just stay calm.
Yes, of course. But Louis, it's your hand.
I know. Please, look, there's nothing I can do about it. I know, I made a mistake, but it's too late now. It was an accident. I only wanted to inspect the place to find my mother and, well, I fell into a trap. The result is appalling, I grant you that, but at least I can guarantee that we're all perfectly safe here on this island.
And you joke about it? Am I dreaming?
No, sir, but let's be realistic. So many world leaders brought together in one place, and there are no safeguards? The error indeed stems from my recklessness. I went looking here and there in search of my mother, and I had an accident. It's my own fault.
Fine. We will drop this incident. Why are you here? What are you doing in my room?
Von Volner, let's not have a misunderstanding. I had nothing else to read in my bookcase, and I wondered if I...
Stop your blathering, Derichet. You're the one looking for the lance.
No,
Don't take me for a fool. You are looking for the holy lances.
Why, of course not. What makes you think that?
You're a bad liar, my boy. Don't think you are going to get away with it so easily. Drop it. I can see very well you're trying to take me for a ride. You have no idea of what you're getting yourself into, Derichet. Don't think you're going to get off lightly. Never will I help you find the Golden Lance of Longinus. Never! Don't make me your competition, Derichet. You are no match. Now, get out of here!
Ce Jacques Perru. Duchess Emily Hillsborough. Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte. Monsieur Jacques Perru. Monsieur Johann van Vulner. President George Washington. Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi. The Cardinal's not in his room. I bet he went back to stuffing himself. Cardinal's not in his room. I bet he went back to stuffing himself. Let's have a look at his personal papers. Of course, it's in Latin. The language of the church. Damn it. I should have followed my mother's advice and spent more time studying the classics. Cardinal's not in his room. I bet he went back to stuffing himself. Saint Longinus. Let's take a closer look at his lance. It is shaped like a leaf, like the real lance, maybe. How can I be sure? I think this statue does represent Longinus, armed with a lance that wounded Jesus, the Holy Lance. How can I find out if this is an exact representation? There's no way of being certain of it. Longinus is holding the Holy Lance in his left hand, and I'll bet he's holding the sponge soaked in holy blood in the other hand. Yes! Here we can see that the Holy Lance is represented in the shape of a spear. I have an idea of the shape of this lance now. Adoration of the Shepherds with Saints Longinus and John, Giulio Romano, 1534.
Ой, ребят, я все это время был без звука, блин, я же микрофон выключил. Да уж, конечно, грустно. Я что-то говорил, оказывается, я вот микрофон. Что, мы уже все нашли. Как бы скажем так, сейчас пойдем там с Клефи, посмотрим что-нибудь, мы уже все узнали, что нужно, и как бы оказывается, что оно вот там, в том месте, куда они как бы вошли, конечно, интересно, что нам даст это копье, потом даже очень даже интересно, как бы, что оно нам даст. Вот, так что...
The Bible must mean the lance which finally took the life of Christ. 4 Gospels each give an account of the death of Christ. Let's see what they can tell me about the lance.
Так, что здесь у него? Что здесь есть? Что здесь есть о... Здесь, по-моему, ничего не сделать. Это я помню, но... Так. Загадал себя. Так, ну так, что у нас получается? Так... Давайте пойдем тогда. Посмотрим, что там все-таки есть. Мы получили предмет гвоздя. Мы получается, что они как-то сломали стену или что? Так, ну что? Склеп. Посмотрите,
This sarcophagus is engraved with the name of Clemens III. Good God! The one whose cross allowed me to enter. This sarcophagus is beautifully made, but ancient. The stone is marked by the passage of time, but it's really well preserved. This sarcophagus is beautifully made, but ancient. The stone is marked by the passage of time, but it's really well preserved.
Ясно, понятно. Так, подождите, а мы можем вообще как-то пройти? Получается, ясно, надо.
This one has no name. I wonder who it was for.
Нифига, у него тут даже скелет такой, знаете, получается то, что дальше прохода нет, да? Немножко дальше как бы вернуться нужно обратно. Это здесь, да уж, конечно, очень даже интересно такой веб. Что он вообще, да, цель такой дом, и смотрите, там реально ничего нет, просто он какой-то такой вещь, все. Очень интересный склеп, даже если честно, я бы сказал, что здесь жутковато. Ясно, а он сам сюда ходит, или он просто так это сделал, или вообще, или это вообще было при покупке с домом, как бы с его домом, когда они...
Devil's thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits. Flavius Aetius. It was cut a long time ago. You could tell by the rough hacks of the tool and the patina of the stone. This sarcophagus is very ancient. I'd say it's several centuries old.
Видите. Получается, тоже надо... Да нет, подождите, ребят, тут что-то неправильно. Что-то не так делаем. Так, сейчас, подождите. Так, мы сейчас идем. Мы сейчас вот здесь, получается. В середине и... Так вот, смотрите, вот. Получается, мы нашли.
I must be sure of my choice. I cannot get it wrong. Am I really sure this is the one to take?
Видите, мы нашли одно копье. Получается, что нам надо их найти 11. Подожди. Сейчас я удивлен, что вы смогли найти. Так, подождите. Одна была справа, одна была здесь, другая здесь. Давайте смотреть, и даже есть копье. Где? Где тогда еще одна? Вот. Скажите, вот копье. Как его взять? Давайте тогда вернемся обратно в начало. У нас получается, что здесь надо найти копии. Да, ребят. Все сложно. Все очень сложно. Так. Подождите. Подождите. Все. Нет, я туплю. Я, получается, нашел то копье, которое нужно. Я понял. Хорошо, давайте тогда. Так, подождите, встретитесь с матерью на причале. Все, короче, выходим в склеп, и я тут, блин, я не прочитал, что написано. Я все-таки хожу, ищу, нифига мы с вами нашли копье, и прям даже не знаю, здесь надо было найти, выбрать одно или здесь много как-то, не очень понятно. Ладно, сейчас встретимся с матерью, правда, я не помню, ребят, как прийти на причал. Честно, я что-то не увидел, что мне написал, оказывается. Так, сейчас. Все, вот значит. Я не могу добиться этим нашел часть нашел все дубликаты копья. Я нашел не все. Он нашел не все. Я выбрал копье. Я убирал координаты помощник. Я увидел, изучил склеп. Ну, короче, как бы. Мы. Так, давайте что-нибудь открываем. Наука и хитрость. Что не очень понимаешь, что это все влияет, но ребят, так сказать, надеюсь, он сейчас как-то сам придет к матери, мне не хотелось идти. Или нам придется самому идти. Так, осталось 2 книги. Это нельзя выбрать. Давайте тогда вот это тело человека. Так, ребят, такой глупый вопрос, как нам попасть на причал? Чтобы нам попасть на причал, нам надо... чтобы попасть на причал, нам надо это будет сначала. Это странно, что-то странное. Эмили не видно после того, как... Странно. Ну, конечно, да, он нашел мать. Какая...
Sticking your nose everywhere again.
Wow, what's the matter with him? Excuse me, monsieur, I don't follow you.
I haven't come all this way just to fail so close to the goal.
Why? What are you talking about?
I am talking about what you are doing. This conference is going to boost my career. There is no question of me letting you ruin everything. I just surprised Piaget and Volner talking. You are about to rob Mortimer. Give me what you took from him, immediately.
Let's keep calm, please. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll have to cut this short, quick. Look, I don't know what you're going on about, and I don't have time for this right now.
Don't bank on getting rid of me so easily, de Richet. Where have you been?
Did Lord Mortimer tell you you could trust me?
Yes, but...
So? I might have disappointed you on the negotiation of your precious cannons, but Lord Mortimer believes I can still be useful. I'm working for him right now, and you're wasting my time with your questions. Look, if he hasn't taken you into his confidence, then you shouldn't know yet.
I'll soon figure out what you are up to. And I am convinced that you have indeed robbed Mortimer. The game is up. Give me what you took from him.
You know, this is becoming an obsession with you.
Show me what you are carrying, or I will call the servants.
Я честно, я даже не знаю, что здесь выбрать. Так, подождите, ответ сбить с толку требует нового, показать вебки. Успех мне требует нового показателя сбить с толку, ответ сбить с толку. Давайте отдать.
Very well. Fair is fair. You've exposed me. Here, this is what I took from him. Look, I'm sorry. I acted on a bizarre impulse.
I don't know either, and frankly, you have disappointed me. That said, it is not as bad as I thought it would be. Right, we'll leave it there. I'm glad that things have been cleared up.
So, are we finished here?
Indeed we are. I shall leave you.
That's right.
We'll play somewhere else.
See you later, monsieur.
Вообще Бонапарт.
I have to hurry up and join my mother at the wharf now.
Вообще Бонапарт, блин, такой чувак, блин. Бонапарт вообще сложный человек, честно. С ним, блин, мы тогда с ним об оружии общались, он мне зубы заговорил, ну и все, что. Блин, Бонапарт, чел еще тут. Хотя он, блин, не может, блин, чувак такой знатный. Бонапарт. Я не знаю, как будем с кем-нибудь разговаривать или нет. Пойдем как бы сразу к цели.
Ah, Louis. Perfect timing.
As luck would have it.
Come, my boy. I would like to have a word with you.
Вот с какого черта?
Come closer, please. It's time we had a little chat. I wanted you... Oh, no, your hand. Damn it, no. So that's it. She's prepared to use you.
What do you mean?
Wasn't enough for her to lose her hand. She had to make you lose yours, too. I cannot permit this to continue. Louis, it's time you found out the truth. I've been observing you since you arrived. I see you running all over the grounds in the search of Sarah. I would like to prevent her from leading you even further down the wrong road. You see, Sarah and I have known each other for a very long time, Louis. I am aware of her theory. About me, about Gregory, about the demons. She's right. Look at me. I have inhabited this body since 1191. For the last 602 years, I have
600 лет, нифига он.
William Mortimer.
Вы дело сколько всего делаете? Ребят, я даже не знаю, что здесь ответить. Он как сказал, как... все вопросы.
Continue.
Ну, давайте. Давайте, пускай он продолжает, но не свидетельствует.
After you. If you could manipulate us mentally, what's the point of all the theatrics of the conference?
You must suspect that we asked ourselves that very same question. For many centuries, we didn't organize any conferences, and most of the time, it ended in civil war between demons. Many of us were killed.
Нет, какие-то демоны. Он, короче, живет 600 лет уже, этот чувак.
The interest being to erect some rules among ourselves. Our family first divided up all the principal countries of the world. Now, whenever one of us wanted to propose a major change between these countries, they summon the demon in question and initiate a conference. The demon that initiates the proposition doesn't have to give notification of the subject of the conference beforehand. Consequently, we participate along with our best assets. Once the humans are brought together, the conference begins, but we are forbidden to use our talents to influence the participants. The first meeting is held in order to expose the subject to all the participants, followed by several days of reflection, during which we are allowed to be persuasive, but not to impose our will. A second meeting closes the conference with a final vote.
So, for you it's a game, isn't it?
I understand your remark, but after living several centuries, you stand back and enjoy what reflection and pleasure you can.
Did what happened to Elizabeth Adams have anything to do with you?
Unfortunately, the poor girl became an issue between us, in spite of herself. A family of demons is still a family, and as in all families, there are disputes. Elizabeth's family, the Adams, has always been under the patriarchal control of my father. As he and myself are not really on very good terms, sending poor Elizabeth here was terribly rude of him, really.
You did accept, though?
No, I would say rather I was presented with a fait accompli by Gregory and went along with the intention of helping her. But this is my castle, and everyone is the master of their own home.
Von Borchert, he was looking for the Al-Azif for you.
Exactly. Al-Azif has always belonged to my family, Louis, and with good reason. My father wrote much of it. Can you tell me what you've done with...
What? You mean the Al-Azif?
No, I already know that. Sarah came here with it and got rid of it. I was thinking of upon Borchert. He isn't essential, but he is a trusted person.
About him, how can I put this?
Ah, I see.
Well, he jumped me. It was him or me.
You don't need to justify yourself, Louis. Don't worry. I hope I've answered all your questions, Louis. Come, I've something to show you.
Да уж, конечно, это...
There is one question that remains to be answered. Why me? Why tell me all of this?
Oh, haven't you guessed yet?
I think you sorely need the Golden Order, and you want to make sure you've got it.
Really? You really think I'm that desperate?
Well, I did think so, but now I'm not so sure.
Look, we are of the gods, Louis. Always have been. You, as much as me. You are one of us, Louis. You too are a demon.
Are you serious?
You know it. Deep down inside, you know I am telling you the truth. Where do you think that natural, charismatic presence comes from? Your talent must already have manifested itself somehow. Have you ever had any visions?
No. Stop it. It's absurd.
Have you never found yourself suddenly inside someone else's body without knowing why?
No.
Whilst asleep, maybe? That's how it often happens the first time. Your spirit wanders unconsciously.
My mother can't have lied to me about that.
It's true. Your real mother would never have lied to you.
What do you mean?
Louis, I would rather you found this out from her own lips, but it's important that you know. Sarah is not your mother.
What?
I'm sorry you had to find out this way, Louis. But you must know the truth before you commit an irreparable act.
No, no. No, it's not possible.
You are my son.
Что? Ого. Как это? В смысле?
Not too shaken up. You've experienced many significant events since your arrival.
No, not really.
I'm impressed by your ability to remain composed, not to let yourself become overwhelmed by your emotions. For now, I think you ought to find Sarah, my son. You ought to talk things over with her.
So she's been lying to me all along?
Let her justify herself. What's done is done. Sarah must explain herself. You must clear the air. We'll have all the time we need to talk afterwards. But all in good time. Before you join her, I'd like to give you something. As a demon, I would like to introduce you to your first talent.
What do you mean?
Open your mind, my son. Relax. You hold immense power. It's already there inside you. Empty your mind of all thoughts. Just let me show you the way.
I should relax.
Open your mind. Hear my voice. Feel the vibrations and listen to what has been happening to you deep inside, but which you have been concealing. Trust yourself. It's all already in there.
I can hear something.
Now breathe.
It's a sound, very faint.
That's right. Concentrate on it. My voice is growing fainter, but I am here.
Whispers, words, mixed voices.
Focus on one of them. Don't be afraid.
I sense a stream. Some words are clear, but not all of them.
Let them enter into your mind.
I hear them. Now I can
Что-то
hear
вообще
clear
ничего не
voice.
понятно.
Well done, Louis.
Спрошу
Congratulations. What was
ответ.
it? You are now able to read people's minds.
What?
You heard me. From now on, whenever a human speaks to you, you will be able to read their current thoughts. So, if you need to know something in particular from someone, all you have to do is make them think about it.
Ребят, я не знаю, я ничего не буду отвечать, это я скажу, что это
Hang
великолепно.
on. You mean to say that if someone lies to me, that I will know?
Exactly.
But that's just incredible.
You still need to practice, though. There are also a few rules you need to know that govern this talent when used between ourselves. You can read the thoughts of demons as well as of humans. But be careful. A demon more experienced than yourself will know that you are spying and will often react quite violently. It's considered bad form to play around the psyche of another demon. It's a question of courtesy. But let's be clear. What is most considered bad form is getting caught. So I would advise against trying to read the thoughts of Gregory, for example.
Home?
Yes, the old grump is touchy and rather a stickler about the conventions. On that note, go and see Sarah, Louis. Otherwise, she might leave without you. We'll continue this discussion later if you want. Just join me in my study when you're finished.
Ребят, короче, чтение мыслей. При каждом чтении мыслей очевидцы видят одно из очевидцев, то есть изменилось. Короче, теперь какое-то чтение мыслей нет.
You're right. I need to go now. See you later, Father.
One more thing. If you want to know the truth about your birth, ask her about Paris, 1763, at 12 Rue des Martyrs. That's where she disemboweled your mother to steal you from me.
Да уж, было тоже очень.
It's not that I regret all these discussions, but I must hurry to the wharf.
Очень, конечно, интересно все. Как интересно, но я посмотрю, что нам скажет. Любопытно, что будет дальше. Честно. Честно, прям захватило, прям вот. Интересно, что же дальше. Что-то я смотрю 6 лайков, 1 дизлайк.
You manipulated us all. You're going to pay.
What is at stake here far outweighs our personal interests.
Our personal interests? You betrayed me.
Emily, no!
What an idiot. He still doesn't get it. What an idiot. He still doesn't get it.
But, wait. How has Sarah betrayed you?
I don't believe it. You still don't get it. I'm not Emily, stupid.
You went as far as killing your own sister?
You're the one who pointed her out. You only have yourself to blame. And even after going to bed with her, you were incapable of telling us apart.
Oh, dear God.
Surprise, Sarah. You can't just get rid of me like that, you old hag.
Do you realize what you did?
Oh, poor Louis. He's upset about me getting rid of his little sweetheart.
Emma, you tricked your sister. She looked for you everywhere.
You're lying. She wasted her time hovering around you.
No, you're wrong, Emma. She was ready to kill me if it would have brought you back.
She was supposed to lay into you. She was supposed to get even for me.
Emily was right. She wouldn't have made me pay for someone else's mistakes.
Duchess, I am sorry about what happened.
You had a choice. You use people according to your desires without any scruples.
Excuse me, but we are in the same line of business.
Shut it!
And Emily knew it very well.
No, Emma, look at me.
She would never endanger herself for the sake of the Order. Her sense of duty gave way to her personal interest. In the end, Sir Gregory was the only one who was truly honest with me. He has opened my eyes more in 2 days than my sister did in a whole lifetime.
Sir Gregory? You've got to be joking, right? You're not really going to trust him, are you?
I trust Gregory. He's always honest with me.
Well, it looks like you've backed the wrong horse. You'll lose everything if you follow Sir Gregory. Mortimer will win, Emma, and you should be on his side.
Never! That bastard betrayed me like all the rest of them. I will never sink so low as to serve him. Do you understand me?
There's been enough deaths.
Да, что-то здесь даже очень интересно. Потому что, видите, вот оказывается был прав. Оказывается, это не настоящее имя. Настоящее имя решили.
Mortimer is a demon in the literal sense of the word. He and Sir Gregory have been living amongst us for several centuries now.
I know, Louis.
What? You knew?
Of course. And they can even read our thoughts, would you believe that? But it makes no difference. I serve Gregory. Mortimer could drop dead, he absolutely deserves it. She should never have tried to shoot
Emma?
me.
No.
Don't move!
Louis, remember in Paris? I trust you, son.
Now, Louis!
No! No, damn it! No! Why did you do that?
Louis!
No! 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 Come on, Mother. Hang in there. You're gonna get through this.
Do not trust him. I am proud of you, my son.
No! Mother! No!
Короче, ребят, противостояние знатное, их звали незначимо. Ну, короче, видите, так получилось, то, что Эмили убила маму. Ну, как бы получилось то, что мы не узнали правду. К сожалению. Вот, ну, книги здесь нет. К сожалению, да.
Rational and open. Spent my whole life swimming in lies. Emily, what a waste. I feel like I know nothing. That I have to learn everything all over again. I'm a demon. I age more slowly. I can mentally manipulate people. I don't even know if it's a good thing or a curse.
Наверное, это да.
No. This is an advantage. I could get used to this pretty quickly, I think. Damn it. What a mess. Come on. Man up, Louis. I'm still the same old me. Demon or not, I'm still in charge of my actions. And this father, I know nothing about. Yes, I've still got a lot to learn. It's enough to drive you crazy. Everything I believed in, nothing holds true anymore. Hold yourself together, man. I need to find some answers. There's no way of being alone for a minute. Sir Gregory?
Good day, Louis. I think it would be good to talk. How are you feeling?
I don't know.
I understand. I heard that William spoke to you at last about our nature and our family. It's a good thing, but you must be a bit shaken up.
That's the least you can say.
I bid you welcome among us, Louis. Knowing William, he probably didn't go into any detail about our family, so if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
Давайте сколько. Давайте спросим, кто глава.
Is there a head of the family?
You'll see. You'll meet them all, of course, when you are ready. They created us and set out the rules, especially our father. As for our mother, she retired from the political stage. We don't see her much anymore. I think that all these questions simply bore her.
How many of us are there in the family?
We are 8 brothers and sisters.
What do you mean by brothers and sisters if we can change bodies.
You reason with logic. We have retained the human habit. When we first come into this world, we retain a certain attachment to our first envelope. If we are born as a man, we are brothers. If we are born as a woman, we are sisters. But I must admit, it has absolutely no real importance. They're just bodies.
Well, tell me then, are there any other families like ours?
There are officially 7, but we're the oldest and therefore the most powerful.
Да, ребята, очень интересно.
How long has our family been in existence?
We have been here since the very beginning.
What do you mean, exactly?
Are you trying to get information from me?
No, not at all. I was just wondering why that particular question seemed to disturb you.
Let us not insist then. You yourself weren't very convinced by the question, it seems.
Ладно, давайте посмотрим, что он у нас думает.
Oh. See, he's teaching you how to read. On the other hand, he obviously hasn't taught you our manners and customs. You can read anyone's thoughts, but know that if you try to read the thoughts of a more experienced demon, he will sense you and might take offense of your lack of manners. And he who is more experienced is more dangerous. Do you understand?
Yes, it can't get clearer than that. Please excuse me. I see. There is still much to learn.
Yes, it's true. You've got some catching up to do, my boy.
One thing
you must understand regarding any disagreements that might arise between William and myself is his position with regard to mankind.
Жалко, что Эмили мы убили настоящую.
And therefore preserve humanity. Monarchies are simple and practical. They enable us to inspire humanity efficiently, and I can't understand why William wants to replace them with democracy.
But if your intention is not to dominate the human race, why not let them be master of their own destinies?
I perfectly understand this type of reaction from you, less from William. The main thing you're lacking is time. Man is transient, and one of his particularities is that he does not learn from the errors of his peers. He uses up an incredible amount of energy building and destroying whatever he himself has put in. If we weren't here to help guide them, I sincerely believe that humanity would have become extinct by now. We are eternal, Louis. When we plan ahead, we do it for the long term.
А как же тот этот...
Well, indeed, from that point of view, it is better to guide them.
It's rare for a novice demon to manage to stop thinking like a man so quickly. It has taken centuries for our family to establish relative peace between demons. Thanks to this policy, we have been able to decide everything by confining the other families to subordinate roles. And now William is obsessed with disrupting everything.
What do you mean?
I'm not talking about conflicts within our family. If that was all there was, everything would be fine. But several other families, younger but nonetheless powerful, are trying to upset the balance. At present, we dominate most of the major countries around the globe. But some families are pushing, via less influential countries, to gain ground. Do you understand?
As best I can, yes.
When the time comes, you must take up a position on the political chessboard. I only hope your father doesn't take you down with him.
Oh, are you suggesting he might be in danger?
Well, Louis, our father's patience is not limitless. If William ever does...
Слушай, да ничего, нормально. Оказывается, я пришел на причал, там была эта Эмили, я пытался с ней заговорить, но ничего не получилось, я проводил. Ну и она как бы, они как бы выстрелили друг друга, и мать с Эмили умерла. Вот сейчас. Я стою, общаюсь с чуваком, но он рассказывает, что я демон, и все такое, какие способности. Ну, короче, я, оказывается, могу читать мысли других людей, что они думают в данный момент. Как бы вообще прикольно. Это все метешь и метешь. Надоело, ну. Ну что здесь идет? Ларкен стоит, снова стоит. Давайте, может, подведемся.
Louis, busy as always, I see. How lucky you are. I must admit I'm trying to kill the boredom myself.
Да вообще, слушай, тут...
I'm sorry, Mr. President, but I don't have a minute to spare right now.
Yes, I see. No time for chit-chat with an elder, of course. Well, run along, my young friend.
Видите, как бы получается, что нет, здесь вообще, здесь, слушай, здесь... Я ее даже потом бы еще раз бы прошел, чтобы выбрать, чтобы осталась та Эмили, которая настоящая, и посмотреть, что вообще и как будет. Что честно, блин. Кажется, здесь концовок, наверное, много. И не думаю, что есть 2 концовки всего. Мне кажется, что в таких играх хотя бы 5 как максимум.
Louis, I was sure you would stay. I'm proud of you. You've made the right choice. You must have been disappointed not to have been able to speak to Sarah one last time. I would have liked her to tell you herself.
Well, I guess I'll never know now.
True. Even so, there is one more
Вообще,
thing
говори, я правда не знаю, сколько есть концовок, но мне
Sarah
кажется, что
was
реально
my daughter.
не одна.
What? But why didn't you tell me the truth about her?
I thought that might be too many truths to absorb at one time. I intended to tell you afterwards. You were in a hurry, so I made a decision. You've been able to understand and choose for yourself. How do you feel?
Hard to say. Quite curious to find out more. My whole way of thinking has been blown apart in just a couple hours.
What could be more normal? It may have been a bit brutal, but you've just grown up in a very short space of time. From now on, you can influence your own future. I will guide you. We've all the time we need.
You're not the first to make me that offer.
What do you mean by that?
Your brother, Sir Gregory.
Gregory. Why am I not even surprised? What did he say?
I've been given to understand that you have a difficult relationship with your father. Isn't that right?
Let's just say we don't see things the same way. I ended up finding out that there's a world outside the rules he has imposed on us. I don't impose anything on anyone. I'm just following my own path.
But where does it lead?
I suppose I should explain. For centuries now, demons have emerged in and around great leaders all over the world. But like true tyrants, they have governed with an iron fist in a studded glove.
That's the impression I get.
But you see, people's discontent is increasing. They are too high up to hear it. They take themselves for gods. Sooner or later, the people will turn against us, just as they have in the past. Each time it's happened, many of us have died. We must master the humans, yes, but gently. And the best way of doing that is by allowing them a free choice, Louis.
So that's your project.
Of course, not entirely, no. It is easier to keep control over people who slumber than people who are oppressed. A man with nothing to lose is a dangerous man. Whereas, if you give him a roof, food, and entertainment, he will do whatever you want. The best way of getting them to achieve something is to make them think it was their idea. For that, they have to feel as if they are free.
Hang on. What do you mean?
Look at the United States. From the start, I introduced an idea that will change everything. The idea that everything is possible. Everyone can become someone. Is there anything more beautiful?
You mean it's not true?
Man can move mountains when he believes it is in his own interest. And what nobler cause is there than his own freedom?
But that's completely immoral.
Immoral? Louis, you surprise me. Morality has nothing to do with it. Morality is a concept that we invented ourselves to domesticate man. Don't react like them. Can't you see? It's all within your grasp.
It's not very noble if you ask me, but maybe you invented that concept too. What will happen if I refuse to subjugate men?
It will come naturally to you, my son. But not with the aim of subjugation, but rather to create the best balance possible. You'll see. It comes to us all after a few centuries. I'm just trying to help you save some time. They are perishable, Louis. They come and they go. They are mere butterflies that take themselves for gods. If we give men the feeling that they are free, I am convinced that they will exceed their limits. And it is only from that condition that humanity shall rise.
Сейчас иду.
Do you want to dominate or raise humanity higher?
I want it to advance. I want it to progress. Man is our vessel. If he progresses, then so do we. Wouldn't you like to know what we really are?
Who do you mean? Demons?
Yes, us. Our species. I've been searching for centuries, trying to find a way to explain the reason of our existence. But humanity is not
Я сейчас приду.
to make any progress on the subject. I am convinced that the sciences will bring that knowledge someday.
So, that's your objective, is it? To understand who we are?
Да, это очень интересно. Мы сейчас поем и как бы продолжим дальше. Потому что, честно, мне интересно, что дальше. Вот любопытно. Ладно, ребят, я сейчас поем, приду. Мне прям интересно, что будет дальше. Честно, любопытно. Я буквально недолго, потому что мне правда интересно, что дальше. Честно, меня это прям захватило. Так что... Что ж, ребят, осталась последняя глава. Ну, то есть не последняя, а как бы осталось пройти 4-ю главу, и как бы завтра у нас останется последняя глава. Давайте смотреть, что там дальше. Потому что мне прям вот честно, мне прям интересно. Прям так, значит, понятно, кто мы такие. Возможно, вы обманываете человечество. Возможно, вы правы, мы увидим, что возможно так. Сравнение времен, знаешь, выше я когда следующие уроки.
A new skill at not the least, Louis. It's about taking control of a person.
Не, а что здесь людей-то нет? Как это? Это есть научное объяснение. Как это делается?
I shall help you the first time.
Это делать. Ну ладно, давайте, я готов.
Okay, let's not waste any more time.
I deduce that you're impatient to master what's in store for you. That is good.
Yeah.
I thought I'd mix business with pleasure for this first time.
What do you mean by that?
The conference will come to a close shortly, as you know. Not that I'm fed up with archaic diplomacy, but it's time to ensure the success of this project. To make this happen, I would like Piaget to inform the Pope he has changed sides.
Папе о том, что пришел на мою сторону. Разметиться, начать о том, что
Here is my plan. I would like you to join His Eminence in his room.
Just play along. We'll see when the time comes. Very well.
And then you're going to have to trust me. What we're going to do is painless for the human you are going to invade.
Invade?
Yes, you're going to enter his mind and take control. You're going to influence his actions and his psyche. Make him speak, then concentrate. You must focus on him in order to feel his thoughts. Then, while speaking, you must link with him. Once you're done, you will naturally find your way to the source and enter into his thoughts.
But what if I fail?
Trust in your instincts. You just have to let yourself go. You have the skill. Let your nature come to the fore. You'll see. If you fail, you'll be in for some light banter with His Eminence. That's all. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Very well.
Perfect. Go now. The Cardinal is in his room. You will have to write a letter to the Pope as if Piaggi had written it himself. In this letter, tell the Pope that whatever happens during the conference, he must follow my propositions. But be careful. In order to protect himself from counterfeiters, the Pope had Piaggi's hand tattooed with a symbol to be sure of his identity. You'll see when you're inside him. You'll understand. Once it's written up, just bring it back to me, and I'll send it off immediately.
All right, I'll take care of it.
Ребят, нифига себе, да? Надо подделать письмо, короче. Ребят, конечно, да, блин. Конечно, да. Так, ну давайте пойдем в комнату Педжо. Педжо, где у нас комната Педжо? Педжо, комната. Видите, где у нас комната Педжо? Где комната Педжо у нас? Это Педжо. Комната Дамс. Вашингтонная. А, вот, комната Педжо. Все. Это я понял, комната Педжо. Комната Педжо. Комната Педжо. Сейчас я увидел. Идем. Не знаю, получится у нас вселиться вообще. Мне прям даже это, знаете, мне прям даже интересно, что это такое. Даже вот вы видите, даже можно нажать на Т здесь. Я на что я нажал, что там были чарты людей, ну ладно. Так, комната Педжо, комната Педжо, комната Педжо, это у нас так. Зашли мы, нет, еще полквадрата надо открыть, еще немножко, так, еще одну ступеньку и будем летать. Комната Педжо, комната Педжо, где-то. А, вот, смотрите. Вот у нас комната Педжо. Вот, ребят, комната Педжо у нас. Ну, давайте говорим с ним. Может, что-нибудь получится, не знаю.
Louis, what brings you back to my chambers?
May I sit down?
Of course, Louis. Don't you feel good?
Yes, but if I'm gonna pass inside you, I'd better sit myself down first. It's nothing, don't worry about it.
Well, what can I do for you?
Right. Now I need to concentrate. I wanted to speak to you, Your Eminence. Your Eminence, I'd like to speak to you about the conference.
Sorry, my son, but I would rather not speak about it.
Damn it! Change subjects, Louis. Quick! I wanted to thank you for your help. I mean, for your time talking to me about the Holy Lance.
Oh, and did you find it? It's the crusade of a lifetime for some people. You are searching for another Holy Grail.
You're nearly there. Link into his thoughts. Does it annoy you at all?
But what on earth is he trying to get at? Why do you ask? I don't follow.
For the glory, Your Eminence. I can feel it coming.
It's working. Insolence. Why, really? I am a man of the church, Louis. May God keep me from such ambition.
Right. Let me in, Your Eminence.
Why?
Ребят, я священник.
I've done it, damn it. He was right.
Ребят, я священник.
This is just crazy. I can't believe it.
Ребят, я священник, у меня получилось.
I better not get caught. Whoa. I still need to get used to this body. So, let's see about what Mortimer asked me.
Right. Well, it's time I got started. Let's see what I can find here to help me write that letter. I have no means to validate my forgery, so I better take my time with it and not make any mistakes. There are 2 letters from the Pope on the desk. I should be able to get a clue or 2 by checking how well they correspond to each other. And here are 3 stamps. All are different.
Часть второе письмо. Дорогой Джузе, вашу Господь. Так, жить письма. Часть переход, оставить письмо. Дальше, тогда сложно, честно, сложно. Делаем, смотрите. Пишем.
Lord Mortimer asked me to discredit Sir Gregory and to announce Piaggi's final vote in his favor as an introduction. Your Holiness, thank you for your trust.
Ребята, а теперь у нас есть выбор: очернить либо холма, очернить мультимера, либо очернить и холма, и мультимера. Что будем делать, как бы? Я даже не знаю, что делать, кого как бы очерним. Не знаю, может очерним их обоих? Или как бы сделаем то, что нам он посоветовал. О, ты смотришь? Да, я тоже думаю обоих. Давайте посмотрим, что из этого получится. Что интересно, когда есть выбор, вот когда... А если он его прочитает, это будет чересчур. Теперь нам нужно выбрать печать. Так, подождите, а что нам нужно выбрать? Так, выберите здесь выбрать печать, выберите вспомнить, что говорил, вспомнить девиз. Требуется наличие этикеты, рассмотреть печати, ставим печать на латинском языке. Так, выбрать печать.
In one of the letters, the Pope asked Piaggi to change and to stop using his personal stamp. He asked him to use the one with the Pope's motto on it.
Печать слева.
Юстизия, мизерикордия.
Нам надо выбрать флэкин. Нам надо выбрать флэкин. Нам надо выбрать так, значит, Рассмотреть печать слева, справа. Прочитать надпись. Это та же. Подожди, там вроде секретный код не нужен пока. Вроде не знаю, сейчас, подожди, так, значит. Сейчас, часть слева. Так, надпись. Круг с крестом, не круг с крестом. Я рассмотреть печать слева. Прочитать надпись. Здесь написано Флорендерен. Да, вот нам нужна часть Флорендерен использовать. Я не знаю, нужен секретный код, не нужен. Понимаешь? Наверное, нужен, потому что, видишь, как бы мы не можем закончить письмо, наверное, он нужен.
They always write under the dates of their correspondence. According to Mortimer, it's got something to do with Piaggi's tattoo. I guess I'll have to write today's date. Now, ideally, it'd be better to do without it, but I'm going to need to be extremely clever here. Today, the date is 24/01/1793.
Если я ошибусь. Так, видите, использовать подсказки, что вариант кода альва или различные решения на развитие сюжета. Короче, не влияет это на развитие сюжета никак.
In the letters from the Pope, there are 6 letters just below the date, 2 just below the month, 4 others below the year. Piaggi's tattoo. It must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle and the number shown in the middle. Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Ну, я даже не знаю, если честно, что, потому что никак не сказать, что время куда нет. Странно, я не вижу, где здесь это, потому что я вообще не вижу такого кода, как написано в статье. Не знаю, ну давай вот это. Тут в смысле офигеть. Так, давайте, что там у нас надо? Сегодняшняя дата. Я чё, вручную что ли буду написать? Я чё, реально его вручную должен написать?
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Нифига себе, тут код вручную писать надо. F, опять F.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
F, S, N.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
S, N, N, N.
Today the date is
тут интересно, если ошибешься?
Today is the 24/01/1793.
Ничего за слово, блин. Ну что, все, наверное, код у нас получился. Ладно, говорит, что он не влияет, так что. Там даже 2 раза подтвердить надо. Да, ребят, нифига, папа римский, конечно. Нифига, он даже, смотрите, он даже вложил.
What's he doing here?
Damn it, that's all I need. Don't worry, he can't hear us.
What do you mean he can't hear us? What's going on here, Piaggi?
Я дал такой. Слушайте, а что она обо мне думает? Старикашка нас предал. Жалкий трус. Он думает во мне, что я старикашка. Ну и утомился, давайте.
He was already here when I entered my room. I presumed he must be tired.
Tired? Are you having me on, Piaggi? Or what?
What? I wouldn't dare.
I don't know what you're trying to pull, but I really don't like it.
I was about to fetch someone to take care of him. Would you care to go?
There he is. And there he stays. The perfect opportunity.
What do you mean?
It's been a while now that I've been hoping for a chance to get rid of him. Can you keep a secret?
Of course, my son. Would you like to tell me under the confidentiality of confession?
Ah, don't talk rubbish. I don't trust the little runt because he is Mortimer's son. Would you believe it?
How does he know? Dear God, how is that possible? I am flabbergasted.
We've wasted enough time. What if he wakes up? If you don't want to get your hands dirty, just turn away and leave everything to me.
This is not a decision to be taken lightly.
You're defending him now.
What are you talking about? Of course not.
He's made you change sides, hasn't he? The slang bag. He works for Mortimer.
Двигала
Thing I
после
already
нет.
tried to warn Gregory.
Нет, нет. Григорий, давайте Дана, нет, наверное.
You find Louis unconscious and conclude that I'm his accomplice?
It's not so much finding him here as you being against me
День
getting rid of
неудач.
him. That's not what you thought the day before yesterday, after he eavesdropped on our conversation. Listen carefully, Piaggi. If you say anything, you'll be the one they find dead in your bed. Huh? Now, just turn around and let me handle it.
Нифига, он чё, его сейчас уколет чем-то?
Don't touch him.
Нифига, смотрите, он ему врезал.
I don't know what the two of you are up to, but I'll find out sooner or later.
Right.
Он, короче, сейчас мог... Он сейчас мог, короче, меня шлепнуть. Отца, нифига. Не, ребят, прикольно здесь телепортация. Вот я так вообще мог телепортироваться. А нет, все-таки я этого контроллера. Так, встретитесь с мэром в столовой. Нет, ребята, вообще, честно, вообще круто. Честно, очень круто. Интересно, сколько здесь концовок, но я думаю, что вряд ли одна. Или три. Или что их две, тут вряд ли, мне кажется, наверное, нет. Интересно, я вообще могу стреляться во всех. Может, я в мультимере тоже могу сидеть и всех поубивать нафиг. Что так прийти, всех пришить? Никого. Ну, ребят, как вы думаете? Так, служебная лестница, так, столовая. Ну, давайте пойдем в столовую. Давайте пойдем в столовую, ребят. Пойдем в столовую. Так, ребят, правда, мы неправильно пошли в столовую, ну ладно. Без столовой. Да, конечно, очень интересно. Честно, я могу, ну, наверное, в Вашингтон, вряд ли здесь демон, мне так кажется, что Вашингтон просто, наверное, мне кажется, что в Вашингтон здесь, наверное, самый настоящий, мне что-то так подсказывает. Ну, прикольно было бы, знаете, использовать возможность бы вселяться в что прикольно, так что они сделали, вселились обратно в свое тело. Все, ребят, я в столовой. Где здесь мой тиммер? А, сидит он.
So, Louis, what was your first time like? bewildering, isn't it?
Here's your letter. I have to admit, the experience was utterly amazing.
Come, tell me more.
Not much else to say, other than I've already developed a taste for it.
Delighted to hear it. Bear in mind that you will discover many new things by going from body to body.
Is it possible to go from one body to another several times?
With practice, yes. Some of us have become masters in the art of bouncing from one body to another, to the extent that they can't be found. But you did it. Gregory, what can I do for you?
I've just come to make sure dear Louis has all the information he needs.
Needs for what?
You are free to make your own choices, William. I would like the same for him too.
There's nothing I want more, Gregory.
Your schemes will lead to your demise, brother. Don't involve Louis. He has nothing to do with all this. The end of the conference approaches, and this masquerade will soon be torn asunder. Don't drag him down with you in your disgrace.
Oh, ye of little faith.
On the contrary, brother, Louis has just entered the family. Give him a chance to find his place.
His place?
Давайте уточним.
What place is that?
At the end of a leash, like all the others.
Don't listen to him. He's angry with our father.
And with good reason. He governs us in the same way he governs humanity. Through fear and submission.
Same old tune. When will you understand that it's necessary to impose order for things to move forward properly?
You are under his thumb and proud of it. Open your eyes for crying out loud. His whole system has become outdated, and he's too old to see it. He will lead us to our demise.
Here he goes with another of his grand speeches. William has always been fond of staging big scenes. It's his theatrical side.
You are blind, brother. Even if the evidence bit you on the nose, you still wouldn't see it. I feel sorry for you.
Tea is drunk hot or not at all, William? When will you learn? It's too bitter. You shouldn't let it brew so long.
I knew you'd be coming along. You are so predictable.
Methodical, I would say. Things must be accomplished in the right order if we want the world to keep turning as it does.
Whatever the consequences?
What do you mean?
Let's say it hardly leaves any room for free will. Now does it?
It's the adults' responsibility to provide education for their children, Louis. Our family only ensures, through its experience, that demons do not lose themselves in rash decision-making.
You see, Louis, Gregory came here to make you change your mind. It's time for things to change. I acknowledge Father has done many good things for humanity, but his time is over, and now you must pass on the torch.
That's enough. There, Louis. That's the pathetic example your father has to offer. I really am sorry about what happened to you. You don't know our family yet. We can't have given you a very good impression, but bear in mind that we are all against William's project.
On the contrary.
If he insists on going through with it, we will have no other choice than to intervene by force. Consequently, my dear Louis, you're going to have to choose sides. I would much rather have met you in different circumstances.
There you are, Louis. See what happens when you don't follow their orders to the letter.
Louis, I'm afraid the time to decide is now. If you follow William, he will drag you down with him. If, on the other hand, you support me, I can assure you that nothing will happen to you. You won't be blamed for your father's errors.
Ah, the masks are off. I offer you liberty. He obliges you to choose, and shamelessly asks you to betray your own father. That is their true face.
Right. Before I answer, well,
Нет, нам дают сделать выбор. Как это прожить свой демон или лучше помешать дальше жить как человек. Ребят, нам дают сделать выбор, как бы я демон или как бы сделать, что я человек. Я, правда, не знаю, влияет это на сюжет как-то или нет, но тоже очень как бы интересный выбор, если честно. Как бы, ребят, что выбрать, то что я демон или я человек, как бы, что лучше? Даже не знаю, мне кажется, то что после того, что я увидел, наверное, я все-таки демон. Человек так не может делать, наверное. Согласитесь, как так обычный человек может так сделать, правильно? Что перевоплотиться в тело другого человека. Ну это ж так невозможно сделать, правильно? Ребят, пишите комментарии, что выбрать, демон или человек. Мне кажется, что обычный человек не может перевоплощаться в тело другого человека. Это как бы невозможно. Что я думаю, что я выберу, что я демон.
It's useless trying to resist my true nature. I'm a demon. May as well accept it. The sooner the better. Even if I continue to live as a human, all my friends and acquaintances will inevitably end up dying. And I'll be left on my own, forever. I'm a demon and I have to behave like one. The sooner, the better.
So? What do you choose, Louis?
Ребят, а теперь нам нужно выбрать, кого нам поддержать. Мультимера или как бы Холма. Но проблема в том, что на них мы накатали заяву. Так что не знаю. Кого поддержать, как думаете? Потому что это тоже важный выбор. Так что, нет, я не знаю, кого выбрать, как бы, поддержку у этого самого, потому что мультимер говорят, что потащит нас на дно за собой, а как бы Холм говорит, что даст нам свободу. Так что я даже не знаю, что выбрать. Пишите в комментариях, что выбрать. Я честно, я даже не знаю, сложный выбор. Я думаю, что, наверное, Холма, потом Холмор, или как Холма. Или Мультимер. Ну, не знаю, мне кажется, что Мультимер потащит нас на дно. Я не знаю, наверное, лучше Холма, мне кажется. Не знаю. Как думаете? Потому что, честно, это сложный выбор. Ребят, я не знаю, что выбрать, честно, к сожалению, не знаю. Честно, что вот выбрать? Так что, ребят, я не знаю, я, наверное, выберу лучше Холма, мне кажется, или как бы Мультимера, не знаю. Давайте, Мультимера, не знаю, или Холма, кого лучше, ребят? Потому что Мультимер потащит нас за собой. Давайте Холма. Холма, он страшный, не знаю. Или кого выбрать? Пишите в комментариях, честно. Потому что это как бы последний, к сожалению, наш выбор. Я просто не знаю, потому что это последняя глава, это будет потом 5-я глава. Не знаю. Давайте выберем Холма тогда.
Father, I'm sorry, but if I'm going to follow my instincts, I can't in good conscience follow you.
But
I hope you won't take it personally, but I prefer to support Sir Gregory.
Very well. You have made your choice.
It's time we finished what we started, brother. The final vote of the conference over the acquisition of Louisiana will take place in a few hours.
Смотрите, все равно у них будет голосование.
And prepare to close the debate.
That's precisely what I was going to suggest.
Все равно у них будет голосование за эти места, так сказать, за эту самую, не знаю. Я выбрал Холма, посмотрим, что из этого получится завтра. Нет, подождите. Здесь еще не конец.
Isn't the Duchess meant to be with us?
No, she's resting in her room. Don't worry. The conference can resume. Now, we all know that tensions have been running high, but now it's not the moment to give in.
The main thing is that just one vote can suffice.
Yes, indeed. It will only take one of you opposing his project to win the conference. But I would rather have us united until the end. Meanwhile, let us remain on our guard against any last-minute surprises. I know my brother well. He never prepares for war if he has no chance of winning.
Ну все, как бы, ребят, это как бы все. Получается, что можно было отравить. Как бы все, неудач у нас никаких нет. Не знаю, повлиял ли на что-то этот выбор или нет. Как бы мы его сделали, нам дали даже много очков. Сказать, ребят, я честно не знаю. Здесь всякие уровни, вот здесь вот что вот это дает. Честно, я не знаю. Вот я открыл языковедение. Здесь уровней куча, честно. Прикольно, не знаю. Прикольно, мне очень нравится. Все, мы прошли 4-ю часть. Как бы, конечно, она была прикольной. Как бы завтра у нас будет 5-я, последняя часть. Очень даже интересно, что будет дальше и чем вообще все это кончится. Но я скажу, что игруха прикольная, честно, она мне очень нравится, я даже еще раз пройду. Ребят, всем спасибо, кто смотрел, с вами был канал Sanches. До новых встреч. Всем пока.